We've done it, and I remember to even hit the record button this time.
I don't think you did. I don't think that Console Kev, my co-host here at the wonderful Frnemy Fire Podcast that you just tuned into words. Hit record. I am Aaron Norman. This is Console Kev, and this is Frnemy Fire, and we haven't recorded together in like 2 weeks.
Aaron's audio was coming through really loud, and I just realized, because you're at like user volume 100 or 200 for some reason. That was silly.
I think there was a spot where you couldn't hear me, so you turned me up.
Oh, that was when you jumped in with Chris.
Oh yeah, that's it. Maggle.
Well, anyway, actually, speaking of Aaron and Chris, I saw them last weekend. How do you define it? At that point, I don't know. I saw them Saturday. What? Or Friday? When did I see you?
Friday. It was Friday.
Yeah, I can't remember anything, but it was fun. I haven't seen Aaron in a long time, and he didn't wrestle me in a Buffalo Wild Wings. Which, honestly, what's even the point?
I played footsie with you, though.
Yeah, that was accidental. I'm sorry. Time does.
Bro, it really has almost been a week, and I had my first day back at work today, and I almost jumped off a cliff.
Why did you almost jump off a cliff?
Long story short, nobody at my company cares about anyone but themselves. So the entire week I was gone, nothing at my stores got done.
Sick. Well, you know what? It's Walmart. You know?
Well, I mean, I don't work for Walmart.
I know, but I'm going to blame Walmart anyway.
No, it's my company. The only reason stuff got done was the Walmart employees.
Yeah, lame. Well, that's good for you, at least. Actually, speaking of Walmart, you know, Aaron got everybody. I don't think you got to talk about it.
What I get?
The thing you bought.
Oh, the Nintendo Switch 2?
Aaron's cool enough to have a Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm not.
Yeah. So I went into work that morning, and they just happened to have like 8 of them on hand. And I was like,
yeah,
I have the money right now. I might as well just do this. I still stand by if I had a regular Switch. If I didn't lose them in the fire, I would have waited. Yeah. But because it plays Switch 1 and all that lovely stuff, and I still have some Switch 1 games on my account, and I bought a couple from Chase after the fire before I even got a Switch. Mm-hmm. I said, F it, we have the money, might as well. And then it almost screwed me on the Connecticut trip because there was a bill we weren't going to pay that auto came out and almost screwed us for gas and stuff because we were going to pay it actually tomorrow. But we managed to make it through. We're here. We're good. We're not dead. Dollar General does suck. I remember when you used to work there, Chris, and you were even more depressed than ever.
People work at Dollar General on purpose.
Not on purpose. It was I think it was I think he was having like car issues or something, so it had to be something close, or like his car wouldn't leave town or something like that.
Got to the town line and said, "Fuck it, no more."
Basically, cool. It was something like that because it was like right after college, during college, maybe that's why it was somewhere around that time. It was a while ago.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Maggle.
But yeah, so I went to Connecticut. It was a wonderful, horrible trip.
Why was it a horrible?
Well, there's pieces of it that were horrible, but a lot of it was great.
I'm sad I couldn't go to the show. Everything got.
Yeah, and you missed watching Anitra wrestle too. She got on.
I'm actually kind of genuinely upset about it. It's just been a fucking week, and
she wasn't supposed to be, and then apparently the person whose spot she took got into a car accident and
always couldn't be there. Ready, brother.
Always. That's like one of the first 3 rules you're taught in wrestling.
What's the other 2?
Don't be a shithead and shake everyone's hand when you get there and when you leave.
Okay, so the first rule, people just flexible on that one?
Yeah, people don't really follow it too well.
Yeah. I'm not a shithead if I'm working for myself, brother.
Brother, it's I'm not a shithead. Hulk Hogan's a shithead.
And if Hogan can get to the top by being a shithead, then I can do it, brother. I mean, what's he ever done wrong?
But yeah, no. So we left Thursday night. I guess I'll just go into that.
Yeah.
We left Thursday night, drove overnight. We were supposed to get to Connecticut like 5, 6 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
At around midnight, we got stuck behind a tractor trailer in the Pocono Mountains that flipped and put a hole in the ground, and we sat there for 4 hours.
Can't believe that.
So without moving. And then we got to the Pennsylvania Welcome Center when we finally started moving. And I was like, all right, well, I should have been in Connecticut by now. I'm exhausted. I can't drive anymore. So we took a 2-hour nap at the Pennsylvania Welcome Center.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to Connecticut probably around 10:45, 11 is when we got to the Danbury Mall.
Yep.
Which we hung out there before going to get lunch with Chris and Kev.
Anything good in the Danbury Mall?
It was a decent little mall, actually. There's for like nerdy stuff, there was like that Newberry comic store, which you don't see out here very often. They had a couple of cool things, a little pricey, but they had some cool things. And then right across from it was like a little store that had some retro games.
Yeah,
and,
I know which one that is.
I really wish I had. If I didn't have to pay that one bill, I would have had the money and I would have bought Path of Radiance because they had it there.
Don't, because it's going to be on NSO anyway.
Yeah, but what you see is Fire Emblem's my favorite series. So that's what I'm collecting is Fire Emblem. I'm not here to collect physical games. I've gone 99% digital, especially since the Fire, and I'm absolutely okay with digital. The only thing I want physical are like my favorite series. So like I want Fire Emblem, maybe Persona if I can get a couple special editions and stuff, but mostly Fire Emblem. My goal is to have every Japanese release and every Western release.
What if you get repros?
I mean, there's a chance I might look into it because I know they're like you can get them for like $5-6.
Oh my god, I got 3 of them from like when I had physical GBA cards. I got like 3 of them on AliExpress for $5.
Yeah, dude, and they work perfect because they're just emulated ROMs.
Yeah, so I mean that is a method to doing it.
But then we went to the hotel and we kind of just relaxed Friday night. I think we went to a store not far away. We stopped at the Crystal Mall,
that's Meriden?
Boy, it's depressing, dude. It's in Waterford.
Waterford, that's
Waterford.
What it was. Malls are just sad. I wouldn't go to I had to go to
Danbury Mall. Danbury Mall was great.
It's like lively in there. It's very bright.
Yeah, it reminded me of old malls. There's a mall in Dayton, Ohio that seems very much like an old mall, but Crystal Mall, there was 2 restaurants besides the Buffalo Wild Wings that was attached to it.
Right.
It was a Japanese and a Chinese place. All the other restaurants were closed.
Oof.
And then there was like 7 stores in the entire mall, it felt like.
Yeah, that's kind of how Milford is by me in Trumbull. There's like nothing.
It's just one of those like little sad things because like I grew up hanging out there from time to time. It was only like 25, 30 minutes from Colchester, so
yeah.
That was like the premier shopping or go hang out with a group of friends place since, as a kid, we didn't really go to like Mohegan Sun or anything.
Yeah, and I don't even do that now as an adult. Like, as a kid, like, the mall by me was like just far enough away where it had to be driven to. So if I was ever like, I want to go hang at the mall, my parents were like, absolutely fucking not. Like, I'm not doing that. So I never got to do that, but I guess I could have. I had friends that would like walk from my town to the Milford Mall. And I'm like, what are you guys doing?
That sounds awful.
How'd you get there? Like,
that sounds awful. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
But then Saturday we got up and we went to lunch with Chris. We got Iliano's because that's a tradition. If I go to Connecticut, I have to get Iliano's at least once. Mm-hmm. Ate way too much pizza for a day I was wrestling.
Yeah, that was a bold choice.
But it's fine.
Is it though?
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I got through. I didn't shit myself, thankfully.
Oh, cool. Great.
Went to the show. Both Nitra and I wrestled. We were supposed to be match 2 and 3, but the person in match 1 got stuck in the New York protests, so they were late. So I wound up being the first match on the show.
Damn, I can't believe you had to take over the spot of somebody out there voicing their opinion. What a mark. And my phone's going.
No, they just got stuck by the protests, like they were on their way from New York.
Oh, I just thought they were like, oh, I can't wrestle. I'm out speaking my voice. I'm stuck here, guys. Sorry, I can't make it.
Show went well. Everyone seemed happy with it. They seem to want to bring us back, hopefully. So, good. That's good. Maybe I'll come visit again.
Yeah, and I can go this time.
And then Sunday, we got up, spent some time with my aunt and uncle, and then my basically family, but family friend Karen and her family. Mm-hmm. And then we left at 8 p.m. Sunday night. Jeez. And got home around 8, 9 a.m. Monday morning. And then I took about a 3-4 hour nap, got up and went to wrestling training because I had to run that Monday night.
Isn't it the life?
And then I hung out and relaxed Tuesday.
Yeah, you deserve a day and nothing after all that.
Yeah, that's why I made sure to take Tuesday off because I was like, I need to make sure I do that.
Yeah.
But cool thing was, 2 funny things. So I've mentioned on and off here that I collect wrestling figures now. Yes. In the vision that Kev sees, you can kind of see some stuff to the left, and in like the regular one, you can't. One of the new recent ones I got was this really cool John Cena that is like his farewell tour one.
Where?
Ha ha ha. So funny.
I know, original joke. I'm glad we've all kept that joke going for so long.
And then when I got to Connecticut, one thing that I got 2 things while I was in Connecticut. So I went to one of the Walmarts that Chris goes to the day after he got there, or like the day after like he was there once, and I found this Ultimate Stone Cold that we've both been looking for like 3 weeks.
And what makes
he was there the night before? So it's called like it's the Ultimate Series. So it's like that's what the series name is. He was literally there the night before or the day before and couldn't find it, and then I go there and find it. And then when we got to Connecticut, the very first store we went to was a Target attached to the Danbury Mall. Mm-hmm. And so each series has a chase. It's like a special figure that's rarer to find for people who don't know. And I found the Chase Randy Orton that I could not find in Ohio at all. So what makes it a chase is on his gear, there's those like lightning stripes. If you look on the back, his gear is supposed to be all black. So one in every so many has this design on it instead. So yeah, I found one. I actually found 2 there, but I'm not a shitty collector. I asked a couple of my friends if they wanted it. And then if nobody wanted it, I left it there for someone else to potentially find. Because I always find it cool finding chases in the wild since it's a little bit rare. But that's my first Randy Orton figure, so I'm excited.
Hell yeah, brother.
But yeah, so Connecticut was fun. I didn't play the Switch too much. I would have liked to play it more, but between the travel and all the bull crap, when I did get to the hotel, I kind of just passed out most of the time. But speaking of that, with the Switch 2, that can lead right into the games we're playing, unless you got something else to talk about first.
Nothing really happened around here. I got a baby. Have you heard about her?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't know you had a kid.
That's about
Is that new?
Yeah, it's
new.
About a month old, actually. It's actually been 2 days ago. It was 1 month.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking...
Are you going to be the type that's going to be like, she's 14 months?
So I wasn't, but I learned there's a reason people do that. And I didn't realize until like my nephew was born, the difference between a like fresh 1-year-old and like a 1 and 8 month old is fucking wild. To be like, oh, they're all one, but like this one barely walks and doesn't know his ass from his elbow, and the other one's like on a suicidal mission to jump off every piano, like in the house. Like
year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, I'll round it for you, but like.
Yeah, please.
I mean?
I can't do like 16 months.
No,
I'll throw a fit. I'll throw a hissy fit worse than the 1 and year 8 month old.
I'll try to be honest, but honestly, like no, nothing really happened. The quintet I went to, so
how'd that go?
Yeah, what's not good. They got fucked up, brother. But
love it, Mac.
Without burying too many people, my buddy was the last one to go on the team, and he fucking tossed the guy he was going against like into the shadow realm like twice. 2 sick throws. He had it, and he admitted he fucked up. because like without marking out for myself too much, like we are the higher belts in the class, like we're advanced, but sometimes we have to scale it back for the people we're training against because like, oh, we can't do all this advanced shit, like they don't know any better. So
you can't go too far. You gotta help them get better.
Right, but muscle memory took into effect. We're like, do you know what a heel hook is?
Yeah.
Okay, so like he loves throwing heel hooks, but like he doesn't do it to the lower belts because like they don't know any better, and like he doesn't want to hurt him. So he put his foot somewhere he shouldn't against his opponent, and he got heel hooked like bad. He's like, "Fuck, that was my mess up." I'll send you the video of the throws. They were good, but like, fuck, man, he was just like, I could have had it, but it happens like that,
That's that's just jiu-jitsu, fighting, all of it in a show. That's why like if someone loses and then people are like, oh, he lost, he sucks, blah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, dog. Like one, you can get caught by anyone on any day. Yeah. Like shit happens, especially with like jits and stuff.
You're just raising your chances by training.
Yeah,
that's really all
pretty much.
Yeah, you just have one crazy guy that throws wild haymakers. You get caught in the right spot. Like you could be the craziest fighter in the world, but like, there's always a chance.
And that's also, not to go into too much of a rant, why pro wrestlers piss me off. Because if you get caught in a really good submission, tap to, live to fight another day.
Yeah.
And there's too many wrestlers that are like, I can't tap, brother. That makes me look weak. No, you look like a dumb bitch.
Listen, I'm not a pro wrestler, but I can't think of anything more cringe than being like, this predetermined fighting, if I tap, brother, I look weak. Like, this isn't a real fight. Shut the fuck up. Like, imagine.
I agree.
Imagine.
I mean, there's moments with like character things that make sense, but like 99.9% of the time when someone says that, they're just a stupid idiot for themselves.
Can you imagine if somebody was like in a play of Romeo and Juliet and it was like, listen, I can't do the suicide, brother. That makes me look weak. Like I can't
drink this poison.
I can't drink the poison, brother. Like. They are working themselves into a shoot, brother.
Literally, it's so aggravating because, like, look at any, like, not any. There's some idiots out there that'll just let their arm get broken or whatever. But when they get caught in a submission and they know they can't get out, they're tapping because if they break something, it's going to be a lot longer before they can train again and a lot longer before they can fight and make more money again.
Yeah, there's been a match or two of training where like I've tapped quick because I'm like most of you training in competition a little crazier. But in training, I'm like,
but still not too crazy.
No, but like I'll tap quick and be like, I could have held on. I was like, then I get mad at myself. I'm like, I could have held on, but it's like, what's the fucking point,
It's training,
yeah.
Don't like hurt yourself.
No. But other than that, and then last night Ben ran wrestling class and we did throws all day. I'm fucking tired. It was rough.
Ooh, my Ben, baby Ben that I love.
Baby Ben's got a baby.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Wow. So, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're all reproducing out here, brother.
Most of us shouldn't. That's why I'm not.
That's a fair point. All right, so you played things, and I guess we'll start with you because I got some stories behind mine. But you will be. I'll spoil one thing. You'll be proud of me, Aaron. I barely played Enter the Gungeon.
Barely played. Doesn't mean he didn't.
No. I did it that like day I saw you, but like I really just have to stop redoing these because I'm literally holding myself back from playing other games.
Yes.
So
you are.
I'll talk about that when I get to mine. But all right, where do you want to start?
We'll just go right in the order of how I wrote it. So we'll just do Pokemon Scarlet.
All right.
I figured. So I've never played. I played Pokemon Violet, which is same game basically.
No, they're totally different, brother.
Totally different. When it first came out, we got Violet and Scarlet, and I played it, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of people had issues with it. I didn't have many issues. Like I had almost zero of the glitches. The only thing I actually had was like slowdowns. Mm-hmm. I had some slowdowns here and there, but other than that, like my gameplay was pretty good. But I never wound up playing the DLC.
I forgot there was DLC.
So yeah, so they started doing DLC since Sword and Shield, and usually the DLC for Pokemon since they've started doing it is really good. Mm-hmm. So because they're doing that, I guess, instead of like the third definitive game like they used to, which for me I actually think is better because in the long run you spend less money. Personally, because I'm gonna wind up getting that third definitive game because I'm a fucking mark. Right. I know who I am as a person. But So I haven't played it yet. I really want to play it. I really enjoyed the game. I personally think overall that this is probably the best story in any Pokemon game overall. But I haven't played it in a while, so I decided I'm going to get Violet. We actually lost our Scarlet and Violet, so I had to buy Violet again. It was the one game I've bought so far since getting the Switch 2. But I got the DLC for free because I had a gift card. Yay, gift cards.
Right.
So I've been playing that. I'm not super far. I'm only a few hours in. I planned to play more when I was in Connecticut, but that didn't happen. And I haven't played any since I got home because of a later game we'll talk about. Yeah, it's good so far. The Switch 2 is definitely noticeably better. I've had 0 slowdowns. Like, that was the only thing I had before, but now I'm having 0 slowdowns. I will say, this second time playing through, I am skipping a lot of when you play Pokemon, you want to talk to everyone to find hidden items and stuff like that. I'm skipping a lot of that. I don't care that much. I'm mostly here for just to have fun. And I will say, second time through, I tried playing this on the TV a little bit, and man, that lack of voice acting is really starting to hit.
See, this is what I mean when I tell people I just want Pokemon to be better. Like, I feel like we could do some voice acting at this point. Like, even if we did the Persona half and half, but like we're still looking at that would be mannequins. Fine.
Just like the main story. If just the main story, especially the beginning, man, the beginning tutorial stuff. It's not even a long tutorial compared to like some of the other games. It's actually relatively quick. But some of the beginning tutorial stuff just dragged because there's nothing to keep me interested.
Yeah.
Because I kind of knew it. There's no voice acting. It's kind of slow. You're a nerd.
Nerd. Hi, Nano.
But like, there's definitely things I would like improved on, but I still think this is probably one of the best Pokemon games, especially now on Switch 2 when there's I'm having no issues.
I gotta say the Switch 1
no technical issues. I would say no technical issues. Yeah. There's still things that there's going to be things that need to be fixed. I'm excited for the new Legends game because I like Legends Arceus, but I do think I guess I'm in the minority. I thought it was way too repetitive and got a little boring. I actually never finished Arceus.
I've heard
you haven't played it yet.
No, I haven't touched a Pokemon since Sword and Shield, and Sword and Shield was like boring, but not as boring as Sun and Moon to me.
That's fair. Sun and Moon are the worst Pokemon games ever made.
Well, Gen 1 is, but
no, I would rather go back and play Pokemon Red and Blue than I would Sun and Moon.
Fair.
I don't like Sun and Moon. The crazy thing though is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are excellent games.
Right.
I don't know how there was just some of the stuff that they fixed, but like some of it is just so good. I'll get back to that in a second, Chris. That's on my list of what I want to get. Like it was so bad. Sword and Shield was okay. It was fine. It did its job. I don't think it was great, but it was a decent step forward where Scarlet and Violet should have been an even bigger step forward, and it just wasn't. It was in certain gameplay aspects, but other than that, like graphically, all the stuff around it, like it just wasn't.
Right.
So that was a kind of a disappointing thing with Scarlet and Violet. But no, I think you'd like Legends overall. You might have a similar issue to me me, but at the same time, you just that it gets repetitive.
Oh,
but like I know sometimes if you like the gameplay, you don't mind if it's repetitive, so it might be okay for you.
It's like 50-50, which
that's what I'm saying. Like I still think you'll like it as a nice change of pace. It was definitely a very good change of pace game for me, but I never finished it. But I am still excited for the next one because if they make some decent upgrades to it and some changes, I think the next Legends game can be really good. And I think it comes at the end of this year, like fall sometime. I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember when it comes out exactly, but
I feel like it's like September-ish, somewhere around there, like right when I get back from Japan, which is actually kind of cool because there'll probably be a whole bunch of marketing for it while I'm in Japan, which is going to be sick.
Did you? Well, did you say last time you were on here that you're going to Japan?
Yeah, I mentioned it.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned it.
Remember. Aaron's going to Japan.
It wasn't with you. I think it was when I was doing it with Chris, maybe.
Yeah, you were doing it with Chris.
Oh yeah, I was.
Funny because sex.
Back to what you were saying, Chris. Bravely Default remaster. I really do want to play that. Anitra played Bravely Default and she enjoyed it. We wound up selling it when I was selling games to buy my gear, which I found out that dude wound up not selling any of the games, and he's looking to possibly sell them all back to me. So
wait, he was selling to flip them?
Yeah, he was trying to flip them, and then he wound up not flipping them, and I gave him some decent deals so he could still make money. Because I was just trying to get money for my gear. And he's looking to sell them back to me. Plus, he has some other stuff he had bought and didn't sell. So I'm going to talk to him about that. And it's going to be, won't be till after Japan, but I might get a bunch of my random games back.
Well, that'd be kind of nice, actually.
Yeah. Some of the ones that I had sold. But yeah, Bravely Default looks really good. The remaster is really cool. I do want it. It's just, I know I keep bringing up Japan, but my entire life has revolved around this Japan trip right now because it's going to be very yes, and it's going to be very expensive. Can't you tell by the pink headphones?
Yeah,
and it's
you are fucking weeb, idiot, dumbass loser.
It's going to be very expensive up front, and the flights are already I already got those taken care of, but I need 900 for one of the hotels by July 15th, and 700 for the second hotel by the time we leave.
Wow.
And the only reason that first hotel is expensive is, I don't know if I mentioned to you, I think I mentioned it when we were out to eat. Basically, there's a really big festival going on in this small little area that I'm going to. Right. And people from all over Japan come down to Ueda for this festival. Mm-hmm. And every hotel was sold out. Oh. And the closest I could get was 45, 50 minutes away. And then a hotel popped up and was open right in Ueda, walking distance to everything we need. And so then it was just very expensive.
You just got to take it.
But yeah, I had to jump on it. It's going to make Anitra's life easier when I'm at the show before, so she can just walk there later. Right. It'll make our life easier walking everywhere, especially since we're going to this area, and then we either have to go to fly or take a 6.5-hour train to Tokyo on the Monday after, because it's pretty far away. But yeah, so that's I need all that up front, and then plus whatever other money I can save to have for the trip. But so there's really no buying games much anymore now, and even wrestling figures, unless it's a very specific one on a specific list I have, I'm not buying any wrestling figures until after Japan.
You say that, but you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
Well, I have a list of figures that if I find in the wild, I'm gonna buy those. But otherwise, you can even ask Chris. I passed on this really cool Ultimate Mankind today that I wanted, but I gotta wait till after Japan. But yeah, Bravely Default's on my list of games. That's one of the top 3 games when I come back from Japan that I'm gonna get. It's that, whenever the new Legends game comes out, and Yakuza 0 for the Switch, because it has the upgraded stuff, which I guess can lead into the next game. I mean, I guess I could talk about Mario Kart World actually first.
All right.
Mario Kart World, very good game. So far, very A tier for me.
Hey, put on the gauntlet right now. I'll do it. You're talking.
Is it not on there? I thought it was already on there.
I have no fucking idea. We haven't touched it so
long. We did not put it on there, but I told you we'll put it on there. But oh god, why is it coming in gray? It's weird. Whatever. Yeah. Anyways, now you threw me up.
Sorry,
Mario Kart World, really good, really fun. I thought the open world was going to be stupid. I'm actually enjoying it for the most part. I haven't super gone into it crazy. What's up, dude? Have fun at training. Don't do anything too stupid. I know you will.
Do a flip.
No, don't you do a flip yet. Not until after Friday.
Okay, fine. Don't do a
flip. But yeah, Mario Kart World, pretty sick. So far so good. I've played a little bit with Chris. I'd like to play more with other people at some point, but I'm bad at it, just like I am at most games. Call me Console Cav.
Well, me and Tina keep talking about it. We're trying to figure a way to budget in a Switch 2 for our birthdays. So I'm gonna be better than you at it one day, brother.
I mean, if you get it, I'll be down to play. Yeah. Good. No flippies.
No flippy dippy bullshit.
Not until you're better, brother.
With peace and love. With peace and
Not
love.
like better at wrestling, like better health-wise.
Oh, I just thought you meant until you're good. Don't flip until you're good, idiot.
No, don't flip until you're healthy. Then we can work on flips for you.
Brother.
Mario
Kart World looks
just be careful with it.
When Stevie was on, he was saying the open world underwhelmed him, I think.
So, again, I've only played it a little bit. I had a lot of fun. There was random stuff to find. There was little challenges. The challenges were fun. I enjoyed the grinding. I enjoyed like unlocking different outfits by finding these little bags with each character. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I didn't want an open world Mario Kart, so anything kind of fun in the open world is just added bonus to me because I'm mostly just trying to go on to race.
Fair.
You know what I mean? It's like, if it's not complete boringness, it's fine. It's a plus to me. Like, I don't know what people were expecting, because I've heard that from a couple people. Oh, I expected more from the open world, and I'm like, why? It's an open world Mario Kart. What do you mean you were expecting more? What else were you expecting?
I mean, I don't know.
The other thing that I'm seeing a lot is people saying, oh, this game sucks in content compared to Mario Kart 8. And to that I say, Mario Kart 8's been out for a bajillion years and has had 7,684 DLC for it added to it. And this game just came out.
So why isn't it better, Aaron?
Stupid. What?
Why isn't the game that just came out better?
Yeah, it is. I think gameplay-wise, it's a way better. I think there's a lot of cool content in it. I'm just saying, like, people are complaining content-wise that it doesn't have as much as 8, and I'm like, well, yeah, because they're going to keep adding to it just like they did with 8, most likely.
Yeah, but I want it to be better now. I paid $80, Aaron.
You probably only paid $50 because you probably got it in the bundle.
I was telling Steve, I got into some stupid Twitter or BS spat. Blue Sky, that's a Blue Sky, baby.
Blue Sky.
Where somebody was like, well, actually, it's really only a $50 game because if you get the bundle, it actually is a $50 game. Therefore, everyone should stop complaining. And I was trying to...
Except for, like, not everyone can get the bundle. I don't think Chris got the bundle.
It's also a fucking limited bundle. So, yeah. Like, that isn't a $50 game.
I mean, it's going to probably be just the same as they did with the Switch 1, where every sale is just going to be a bundle with Mario Kart World now. Yeah, probably. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, probably. No, it's... Listen, it looks fun. I want it. And me and Tina are going to play it soon.
Heck yeah. I can't wait for us to, play this. You know what I need to get now that I have a Switch? I skipped it because I didn't have a Switch before. Mario Party Jamboree. So we can play and watch wrestling.
The best
I'm gonna need
Mario
to get that.
Kart.
You mean Mario Party?
Mario Party, that's what I said.
That's what you said, all right.
I mean, I did, brother.
I think I need to get that.
It's for good
soon. But again, it won't be until after Japan.
Yeah.
Unless I get gifted it by someone.
When do you go to Japan exactly again?
August. It'll be 2 months. It's not.
I'll have one by then.
2 months. I say 2 months from now. I'll be in Japan. Those are the words. So I think we're going August 13th. We leave, I believe.
I'll have a Switch by then, probably.
I think you will.
Yeah, we'll find out. Sick. Well, there's one thing you didn't play on the Switch, Aaron, and that was.
There's 2 games I didn't play on the Switch.
Those are 2 different games you didn't play on the Switch, Aaron, and those are?
So the first one is Yakuza 6, which I finally finished. I've actually only recently started it and played through it really fast, actually.
How long is the game?
This one's only I think 16 hours.
Sick.
It's pretty short compared to most of them, honestly. It's similar to some of the older ones, but yeah, it's why. So I originally didn't start 0 because I was going to play this first because it was shorter. And then the Switch 2 version of 0 came out with more stuff in it. And now I'm contemplating if I want to play 0 on the PC or wait and get it on the Switch 2 eventually with the extra stuff. Especially since like Zero's a prequel, I can literally play it at any time now that I'm caught up to where it was originally released.
Right.
So, now I kind of want to get the man who forgot his name or whatever it's called. I
forgot that game existed. It feels like it came. What is like Yakuza Like a Dragon? The man that forgot his name, Gaijin.
Yes.
I don't fucking.
So it's like it's an in between 6 and 7 basically, where you play as Kiryu and like what happened after the events of this game. And after finishing 6, I really want to play because I really enjoyed 6. I thought 6 was a wonderful game. I had a very fun time throughout it. Now, I will say I've kind of been speed running these games, and by speed running I mean I haven't done a lot of side activities. I've mostly been doing like main story, unless like a certain side story catches my attention. Which
this is kind of funny. I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah, just a random bystander beats him up for you because boobs.
You put it glitchy.
But yeah, there's all kinds of silly stuff. Like these games are great. They're so good.
Maybe I need to just give them another shot. Like maybe I shouldn't have started with Zero.
I understand strongly why it's not a game for you. Like I understand there is a lot more talking and story than gameplay, but the gameplay, especially in 0 through 6, I'm assuming 0 because everyone says 0 is the same as the Kwamis in 5, and 5 and 6 are good, and is so good. And I'm not even into this style game, and not to give spoilers for the next game I played, but I think I had more fun with the gameplay in these than Like a Dragon, than I'm right now having with Like a Dragon. And I'm enjoying Like a Dragon this time. I'm having a great time. I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm missing the beat 'em up combat, this type combat, the action fighter beat 'em up type stuff. Like it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of sections that have a lot of gameplay. It's just like these games are very heavy upfront story, a lot of action in the middle with story, and then heavy story at the end with a lot of boss rush type fights. So like the beginning especially is very, very story heavy in all of the games.
Right.
So that definitely like for like you, it definitely slows it down a bit, but
yeah,
I don't know if you have the opportunity and you can get through a little bit of the game and just see. I really do think you'll enjoy it. It's funny. It doesn't take itself too serious, but at the same time will make you feel things at different parts of the game. Like I don't know. They have something special with these games. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe the hype for a long time, but now I'm finally playing them, and you don't have to do any of the side stuff. Literally, like this. I don't even know. Like. Here, let me just pull it up real quick. How long did it take me to beat Yakuza 6?
I don't know what you're pulling
15 and a half hours.
Breaking the audio when you did that.
Did it really? That's weird.
Yeah. Are any of these in our Steam library?
All of them. I played all of them because of Chris.
Maybe I will then.
Chris owns 0 through 6. I own the first Like a Dragon, and after Japan, I'll be buying the second Like a Dragon because spoilers for the next game. The other game I started a day or two ago. Yeah, I started yesterday. And Yakuza 6, I think you have my tier list. I think I put it in A. Because I think it's like my second or third favorite Yakuza game right now.
I will put your tier list right now.
Yeah, I think I put it in A tier.
According to Aaron, you put Yakuza 6 in A.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Because and those are as of right now, those are also ordered where I'd put them compared to the other games. But we can talk about that in a second. Let's talk about Like a Dragon first.
Let's talk about Like a Dragon first.
Like a Dragon. Like I was saying, I'm actually I played this. This is the first Yakuza game I ever played, and I played it right after I beat Persona 3 Reload, and I got a little bit into this game, and I was like, wow, this game is not bad, but I'm just sick of it. So I gave up I was an hour and a half into the game, and I gave up on it. And then about like 7 or 8 months later is when I finally tried the Yakuza series proper, starting with Kiwami, and I fell in love with the games. And obviously, in like the 8 or 9 months, actually, it's probably been a year now since I think I started them like June or July of last year. I have beat 1 through 6. I need to play 0, but like I said, I'm probably going to either get it on Switch or see if it's going to get a Steam release of the director's cut and get that. But so I started this game, and yeah, I actually I've kind of fallen in love with it. The new main character, Ichiban's a freaking idiot in the best way. He's a lot less serious than Kiryu, which is funny because Kiryu was like a stoic guy, but very unserious half the time.
Right.
Like he's a serious character, but they made the situations around him not serious. Now it kind of like they did the opposite, where all the stuff around Ichiban is serious, but Ichiban himself's not serious. It's kind of like a different take on the same kind of thing. The gameplay I'm starting to get a little bit more fun with now that I've gotten like more than one person in my party. I do find it funny that Ichiban compares everything in his real life to Dragon Quest. It's his favorite video game series. Why
wouldn't you do that though?
Like he calls himself the hero, and like then when the battles start, ever since he pulled this baseball bat that's his hero sword out of the ground, all the enemies like they change how they look when the fight starts, and it's him imagining them as Dragon Quest characters, basically.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's the stupidest thing ever in the best way. But so the gameplay is starting to get better now that I have other people in my party. And there's like I'm unlocking more skills, so it's not just the same thing over and over. But I will say I miss the beat 'em up parts, like the Yakuza beat 'em up stuff. The boss rush section of this, where like I had to rush through an area, was way more fun when I just run up, beat up some people, beat up some people instead of turn based. And that's coming from me, the biggest turn-based apologist around.
Turn-based RPGs are the best. I've always said it, Aaron.
I know those. I can't wait for you to talk about how great they are here in a minute.
I'm ready when I can.
But yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun. I'm probably gonna play this when the podcast is over, and then I'm gonna lay down and play Pokemon Violet a little bit more. But so far, I'm gonna put this in B tier. The story hasn't caught me as much as like any of the other Yakuza games except for 3, because 3 was awful.
Why is this gameplay so choppy? Making me sick.
Who knows?
This is like skipping. Like you see that, right?
I think he's skipping the cutscenes. Yeah. Because you can like I read it and then skip to the next one. It makes it a little choppy, but it is nice to be able to skip
saying, imagine Kev playing a Yakuza game. I tried 0. I did.
I think Kev should play Kiwami.
Maybe I listen. If they're on a Steam library, I will.
They're all in there.
I mean, no money I gotta spend, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The only ones we're missing is the Ishin one, which is like basically you're in samurai times, and all the characters are not those like they look the same, but they're not the same people type thing.
Right.
It's like a weird sipping off. There's the man who forgot his name or whatever it's called. Which I will be getting when I get back from Japan because I'm in love with Kiryu. He's my favorite character in the franchise. So I want that. And then the newest, the Infinite Wealth, and then the Pirate Yakuza, which I will be getting all of those because Pirate Yakuza looks amazing, and you can play as Majima, who, if you do wind up playing the games, you'll learn is also one of the best characters ever.
Is that Samoa Joe?
Yeah. No, that's the game with Samoa Joe, though. But he's in that game.
Fair.
But yeah, so tier list. Do you want to run through the tier list real quick?
Yours, yeah.
We only do news. Yeah, might as well. It's right
there. I
don't
know if we're gonna. You know what? We were talking about doing the call today. I don't know if we're gonna have time because we've been ranting.
That's fine. Let's not, because then I can add the games and we can just make next week's episode a big old gauntlet episode.
We'll see. So
get caught back up.
Aaron's tier list as of this moment.
All right. So starting from the bottom, these are all games that I've played or finished this year. Some of them you don't finish, whatever. Going backwards, Scooby-Doo no effort D tier games yet.
Wow.
C tier we have Final Fantasy. Would this be 2? I think this is 2. I couldn't get the pictures to work right.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, because I think that's 2.
Okay.
And then the one in B is Final Fantasy 3. Scooby-Doo and Cyber Chase is also C.
What a game.
In B tier, again, these are in order. Yakuza 5, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Dark Souls, MLB The Show. What'd you say?
I can't believe you playing Dark Souls.
B tier too, dude. Not even F tier. B tier.
Gross.
And Final Fantasy, I believe 3. A tier, I have Yakuza 6, the game that burnt down my apartment, Hogwarts Legacy.
I don't think that's what happened, but okay.
That's the game I was playing when it happened. So that's the game I imagine. I have not played it since because, weird things.
J.K. Rowling burning you down because you accept trans people. How dare you?
Confirmed.
Aaron is an ally. What a dick.
Mario Kart World, Fire Emblem 7, Terraria, WWE 2K25, and then S tier, the greatest game ever made, Balatro, and Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Wonderful.
What a tier, dude.
Those warts do be hogging. Aaron's played a lot of games. I also.
Which is crazy because if we're being honest, I played like half of those in January, and then I didn't play games again until May because of the fire and all the shit happening. So imagine if Imagine if I kept playing all these games. Like, imagine if I didn't have the fire, dude. I would probably have like 40 games played right now.
Listen, man, you could have, but
I played so many this year.
You sure did. I played something this morning. I'm doing this kind of in backwards order. So,
whoa.
One of my here's the thing. There's a reason I played this, and it's because to go a little slightly out of order. I've been playing Clair Obscura. It's stuck on my Xbox. So,
not the Xbox.
The problem with an Xbox, as you may know, is that I need to be home to play it. I need to be at a TV. And I know what you're thinking. Game Pass, Aaron. I can play anywhere. You're not playing Clair Obscura on a fucking cloud with all the parrying and the dodging. It ain't happening, brother. Like,
sounds to me like you're just too scared.
It runs like shit. And especially with the kid. My time is very limited to play anything. And it has made me value the Switch and Steam Deck more than ever. But then I'm like, I can only play Clair Obscura for like maybe an hour here while I'm holding her and Tina's doing stuff. Or like, I got to make sure I'm spending time with Tina. So like maybe on the weekend I get like an hour here or an hour there. And a game of this magnitude that I could only play at home is rough. Have you tried it on cloud or just assuming it has delay? I have tried it on cloud. I've tried it in my home on my Steam Deck on cloud. Because that's how I would do it. I personally am not going to play cloud sitting at my console. That's silly. Is it
just me or is it just me on my end or is Kev cutting out chat? Because he keeps cutting out on my end.
Oh, I don't know.
It might just be my end on Discord, so that's why I'm asking. I just want to make sure it's not.
It could be.
In them too.
If I am, I'm sorry. But yes, there is a delay. And with this game, like you have to be, if you're gonna counter, you have to be on it countering. Okay, so yeah, it's on your end.
It's probably just Discord then.
Yeah, cool. You have to be countering exactly. Dodging, you have a little bigger of a window, but it's not a game to play on cloud. So because I'm playing it on Xbox on Game Pass, and I have such limited time. I'm like, I'm never gonna get to another game I want to play. So I was like, you know what? Instead of playing roguelikes over and over and over again, I was like,
whoa!
I was like, why don't I use my Steam Deck or a Switch to play more games? So like on my work breaks or like, I wake up a little bit before work because I got to take my thyroid pill. I got time to kill. I'm like, okay, I have some time. Maybe I could play like an hour overall in the morning or something else. And I was like, spin the wheel. It landed on Mega Man. And I was like, all right, which
Mega Man?
Yeah. I played Mega Man games a lot, so this is no better than those.
Of them, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know,
but I had a revelation today. The Mega Man series of vanilla is great. Everything else Mega Man related sucks ass.
I thought people love the X games.
They do if you're a weeb and a weirdo, because these games have too much fucking story for a Super Nintendo game. Mega Man X, by the way, peak. Greatest X game of all time. It goes all the way downhill after that.
But I also disagree, because what about the Battle Network games?
Banger games. I honestly have not played them. I can't comment on them.
You should.
I don't want to.
I played a couple of... Were they all on GBA or only a couple on GBA?
Yeah,
I remember playing one or two of them on GBA.
Maybe there's a DS
I don't remember which ones.
So I started playing Mega Man X3, and I was like, oh wait, I can't remember what like the best boss order was. Like, let me just pick a starting point, right? Blizzard Buffalo was the one that like I looked up. I was like, let me start at Blizzard Buffalo. So I was like, oh yeah, because then I get the boots in that level. It's a fucking ice level, and it sucks ass. Like,
at least it's not a water level.
I don't know what's worse. It's a horrible ice level that scoots around. Oh, by the way, because I wanted to replay these, I have the Mega Man Legacy Collection on Xbox. But I was like, oh, but let me get it on Switch because they're on sale, and that way I can play them, right? That was a fucking waste. I goddamn hate Mega Man X3. I don't like this game. And maybe I'm also ruined by 30XX, which I had like my own little issues with, but I forgot how like smooth that played. to going back to like a normal Mega Man X game. I'm like, oh, the dash is on circle. Well, I'm gonna say circle. The dash button being on circle when jump is X and shoot is square. Like, just think about how awkward that feels when I want to like jump and shoot. Like, kind of hard to do. So I had to remap it to R. And then
I trust Chris's opinion. If Chris says it's ass, it's ass because he's the one that got me to actually try Mega Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Chrome is also just jumpy. I gotta stop using Chrome. It's just dude. Mega Man X is the best of the series, and it really goes downhill really fucking hard after X1.
John, did you not hear? Not only have I played platformers, I played Dark Souls this year.
Yeah, you did. That's pretty wild.
Which Chris and I do have to finish it, but you know.
Yeah. So anyway, and the thing is, like, I played all the Mega Man Zero games. I got the collection on DS. Those games are bad. Like, these are.
I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun with Dark Souls, so I mean, I can't say it's bad anymore. It has its issues.
Oh yeah, no, your turn. Don't worry about it. Yeah, your turn.
What?
Yeah, no, your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah,
okay, anyway. So back to fucking my thing.
Damn. Wow. But see if we ever get chat involved again. Sorry, chat, you're not allowed to be involved because Kev has to have his turn.
Yeah, I do. Anyway. No, the Mega Man Zero game is not good. Haven't played the X games. I really think I just only like vanilla Mega Man. I just think the X games smell their own farts. And then the Zero games get like way too fancy with like the elf chips and the cyber elves and the it's fucking dumb.
I know nothing about the Zero games. I only know like the basic and the X. I don't know what Zero is besides the character Zero.
Well, he's got his own spin-off series as 4 games on the GBA. Oh, okay. And they're hard as fuck. Like, Mega Man X4 is
Chris,
good.
what's your opinion on the Zero games? I want to see his opinion on those.
I don't know. And you know what makes me sad is that then the Zero games have a spin-off of that, and it's called ZX and ZX Advent, and they're Mega Man Metroidvanias, Aaron, which I'm like, oh.
That sounds kind of cool.
You would think the map is bullshit. It sucks. It's the worst map. It doesn't. It's not like a Castlevania Symphony of the Night map where like there's blocks and you see where you're going. It's like, oh, you're in this cell, and if you go if you exit the map, you'll end up in this cell or this cell. I don't know. Oh, I go to the higher exit. That means I go up. And it goes, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you end up lower on the map. Who fucking cares? Like, they're not good.
Weird.
Yeah. Then there's Mega Man and Base. I haven't played Mega Man and Base. Oh, you know what? Mega Man Legends is pretty good. I will say that. I like it. You would actually like Mega Man. You would like that.
I've only played the Battle Network games, and then I don't remember which one. I think I played like the second Mega Man or the third Mega Man. Chris gave me a specific one to start with, and I played 1 or 2 of them. It might have been 1 and 2. I don't even know. It was whatever Chris recommended because he's the opinion I take on Mega Man because I know nothing about Mega Man.
Well, I don't know. But anyway, so then I got really annoyed. I was like, you know what? I don't think I like... Oh, sorry about the hitting the mic. I don't think I like Mega Man X games. So I was like, well, I have my Switch with me this morning, and then I just played a fuckload of Smash Brothers. And Smash Brothers Ultimate is still real cool, is what I learned.
I wouldn't know because I don't have it anymore because I had it physically.
Should have bought it digitally, idiot.
Pretty much.
So there's that. Anyway, so that was my thing this morning. But what I am going to do, I'm still sticking to this in lieu of just playing roguelikes over and over and over. Here's the one thing I do recognize about them is that they are fun to just pick up and play and do a run of. But to actually like beat one, you have to play it over and over again and dedicate to it. Like, okay, this is how I'm doing my builds. This is how I'm doing this. This is what's working for me right now. And like, you kind of can't do that if you just pick them up and play them for fun, you know? So, whatever. I was like, let me play Enter the Gungeon down. I've beaten this game before. Don't need to do this right now. So, what I am going to start tomorrow is Painkiller, Hell and Damnation. It's the only Painkiller that works on Steam Deck.
But I've heard of it before. I don't know anything
Well, we talked about when we talked about boomer shooters. I looked up all the ones we have in the library. This is the only one that's playable on Steam Deck. So I was like, all right, I'll do this one.
That sucks.
Yeah, but I was going to play Postal because like Postal got a remake and I was like, oh, I remember people talking about that. And like, maybe this is just me getting older, but I'm like, I don't want to play a game where it's just like, oh, you're a psychopathic mass shooter. I'm like, this feels way too real right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Fair enough.
Like I like first-person shooters, but like the concept of that game was like it doesn't feel right
or at
now.
least like a game like Manhunt, like you're doing crazy things, but it's because you're being forced into a situation and you're just trying to escape.
Yeah, but like it's just I don't know. It felt too felt too real right now, and I was like, I'm good.
Fair.
Yeah.
World kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Let's have happy games. That's why I can't wait to play Donkey Kong. We'll talk about that later.
2K25. That's my like fuck around game, which is gonna be my main fuck around game because I gotta stop playing roguelike.
I need to start playing that more.
Sure
now
do.
that I'm back home. I haven't installed. I play it every so often, and now that Julia's out, I need to super play it.
Yeah, you do. She's actually really fun. They nailed Stephanie Vaquera's model, by the way. Like,
did they?
It looks exactly like her. Like, perfect. Yeah. They did amazing. Anyway.
I love that.
Oh, wait. Bane, Mary, Kill. Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Sue Storm. I'm going to kill Sue Storm. Don't know who that is. I would marry Poison Ivy and bang Harley Quinn.
Exactly the same thing that you just said.
I don't know who Sue Storm is. Anyway. Other game I've been playing, my main event, if you will, has been Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I talked about it a little bit. I love this game. As I've always said, I've always loved turn-based RPGs. I've always loved them. Never ever hated on them ever once in my life. I've always been like, this is the way to go. Sue Storm is rich. That's marriage material. You got me there. I like Expedition 33. I love the parry system. I love the dodging system. They do it really smart where the area you're in, you're always kind of seeing the same-ish enemies. So by the time you get the parries and the dodges right, it's not like they threw a new enemy at you and be like, oh, you got to learn something new right now. You know, you're kind of like getting on beat with things and like you pick up when to parry and when to dodge really quickly. It's a very smart game design. And last week, when Stevie was on, we're at the same point. I got to the end of Act 1, and you're going to feel things at the end of Act 1, Aaron, if you play this. Like,
one day I'll play it. When it's either, again, when I'm back in Japan and it gets down on my list of games to buy,
right?
Or if it gets added to the game library before then.
Yeah, I really fucked up not buying this on the Steam Deck. I know I have Game Pass, so I wanted to use it. But, like, again, especially with the baby, most of my game playing these days is like when I get a window on the weekend, maybe if I'm allowed to stream during the week, and make sure everything's cool, or like, you know, before work or on my lunch breaks. And like, even if that means I get to play like an hour at a time, I fucked up so bad. And listen, I know I'm a guy. Oh God, Kevin looks at guides. I looked at a guide for this because there's a lot of areas to go in. There's a lot of things to pick up. And so like, even if I wanted to play this on cloud on my Steam Deck, like, I got to use the mobile hotspot, which would suck, and it doesn't work that well. But then I also got to look at my guide to make sure I don't miss things. Because there's a lot of super good weapons around in the areas that like you have to like really dig and hunt for. So I don't care that I'm using a guide because fucking there's so much good stuff I would have missed.
I'm gonna be with you. I'm with you. Final Fantasy 3 and 4, like I haven't played 4 in a little bit. I'm gonna get back to it to continue my playthrough of the games, but like I'm using a guide on those old Final Fantasies. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The more obscure the RPG or older the RPG, the better. John asked, would you rather spend $50 Game Pass for the win? You're right. And that's why I did it on Game Pass. But, you know, everyone's situation in life is different. And, like, I am really respecting the Steam Deck and the Switch's versatility these days. Where, like, I can pick it up, bring it with me, play it here, dock it, continue on a TV. Like, I really undervalued that for a long time. And, like, I know the Switch walks so the Steam Deck could run if you want to think about it. But, like, especially having the kid, I've never been more excited for a Switch 2. Granted, I know Nintendo games never go on sale, and it's going to be very expensive. But, like, it's got to the point where the Xbox handheld, they talked about it a little bit, right? It's going to be a ROG Ally, basically, with an Xbox logo. And, like, I kind of want one because that would be cool to bring Xbox games with me in Game Pass, but it's going to be fucking $900 because the ROG Ally costs that much, which is stupid. Yeah. And I'm just like honestly seeing that thing, I was like, the Switch 2 looks more appealing to me now because I mean, it's $450 more than I wanted to pay, but in comparison to a ROG Ally at $900, like I'm at the point in my life right now where the versatility of playing a game is more important than like the graphic fidelity. Like, I know the Switch doesn't run everything well, Switch 1 at least, but hello, Thriller, how you doing? But like, I would rather a game play well enough at this point, and I could just take it anywhere. No. You know? Meanwhile, the PS Portal sitting in the corner touching itself. The PS Portal's stupid because it's useless without internet. And that's the thing. Like, if I'm going to play at work, I'm in a concrete building with like barely any phone service. Like, it wouldn't do me any good. Also, that thing is horribly designed. Like, it's the ugliest looking thing ever. So anyway, now that rant's over, Clair Obscure, I'm having a good time. I'm like a little more than halfway through the game, and I want to keep playing it. Did it reignite my love for turn-based RPGs? Maybe? Like, it's a good one. No, like, it's a good one. I think I need that active combat at this point in my life, where I'm not just watching a menu. But, like, when Dragon Quest 12 comes out, I'm going to play the fuck out of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just pickier now. Fucking knows. Jeez.
Probably that one.
Like
a Dragon has the active where it's not as much as that, but, like, timing based.
Yeah.
In its combat, which at least keeps me engaged a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably play more RPGs in my life. It's just, I don't want to play them on a PlayStation 5, 4, or a Series S. My buying priorities really become like Steam Deck, Switch, Xbox, PlayStation. You know?
Yeah.
It just has. Other thing I started, speaking of the Steam Deck, is me and Shell picked up Split Fiction. And we started playing that. That game's pretty cool. It's from It's from the people that make It Takes Two and all those other kind of forced co-op games. It's pretty cool.
I've heard mixed things, but it looks cool to me.
I don't think I like it more than It Takes Two, but it's pretty fun. The one thing I don't like is that the sci-fi girl, her gimmick is a lot of like gravity shifting and like perspective shifting, and I would do it and I'd be like, where the fuck am I facing right now? I have no idea what's going on. So it takes a bit to handle myself, but I'm having a fun time with it. The problem with it being a forced co-op game is, have you tried to plan things as two adults ever?
Yeah, me and you all the time.
You should throw a baby into it. It's very easy to do now. So we'll get back to this eventually. I'm having a good time with it so far. I saw it takes like 13 hours to beat, which seems daunting, but I'm also playing Clair Obscure.
It sounds like a lot for a forced co-op game.
Yeah. They do mix up the gameplay enough where like you're kind of like doing a lot of varied stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'm enjoying it so far. It takes 2 men and a baby. No, it's 2.5 men. That's a different thing. Tina's a lady. So that's everything I played. I'm going to keep going with Clair Obscure. We're going to do it, and I will keep you updated with not Enter the Gungeon next week or RoboQuest. That was another reason. I got to be honest. I know it's probably annoying hearing that every single goddamn week from me, too.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, there was like an entire 6 months of us doing this where I played like one game every 3 months. Yeah, so
you did do that.
I'm not one to talk. Like, as long as you're fucking playing games and having fun, who cares? Especially, again, you just had a kid, dude. Like, do what you got to do.
Yeah, Marvel. Marvel Snap.
Marvel Rivals, baby.
No, Snap.
Not Rival Snap. I meant to say Snap.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I still have it on. I still have it on my phone too. Yeah. I want to play it.
I also got like I felt a little fighting gamey again, but I really like I go to install them like nobody's gonna play with me. Fuck. Like I get real sad every time I go to like I was ready to install.
Which one you trying to play?
Whatever. Tell me. Yeah, I'll do it. If I actually have somebody to play with, I will play them.
I think the big thing though is we only have it once in the library, so we'll have to like
I'll split it.
See that.
We'll figure it out. All right.
See which ones we might have too, because there might be a couple that you and Chris both have.
Maybe. All right. We would do the gauntlet, but we yapped on for a while. So let's.
We haven't done this in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we haven't. I'd miss you. You know, nobody's a better co-host than Aaron. Am I right, everybody? Give him an applause. Give him an applause.
I can't agree, truthfully. I don't think it's a fun pick up and put down game. Since they've added, like, there's a new card that come, or like 1 or 2 new cards that come out every single week. I very seriously felt that if I missed like a month of the game, it's one of the reasons why I haven't picked it back up. Is it's like I stopped playing for like 6 months, and everything's going to be so different. And I mean, it's like any card game; it'll come back around. I'll be able to like play with some of the older decks, but like if you're not picking up at least some of the new cards every so often, you're gonna fall behind. And when you're as far as I was down the line, where I was playing pretty much not like I was one of the best, but I was playing in the same pool with the best players. It's just not as fun if you don't have at least one of the better decks. Though I had Thanos, and Thanos was a lot of fun. I don't know if they've changed it.
Don't you just win if you
they
have
also
Thanos?
update. What'd you say?
Wouldn't you just win if you have Thanos? But no, I have Thanos. I win.
No, I wish.
I win
but
half the
Thanos
time.
was the best deck for a while, but there's a lot of like they're always like balancing the game, which is a good thing with the game. They're always balancing it, so it's like there's never going to be one deck that's broken for too long, which is nice. But that
would be smart.
I think they're trying to make it more of a pick up and put down game so people can keep playing it, but I know that's been a big issue for a lot of people, especially when I was playing it, was like the accessibility of being able to take time off and come back and not feel like it's a daunting task to keep playing. And that's kind of where I've been. Like I have it on my phone. I want to play it again because I really did enjoy it. I saw some stuff about it. I still follow a couple content creators because I like their content that they make on it. But like I feel so overwhelmed because I've missed. They literally were coming out with like 5 or 6 cards a month, and I haven't played in 6 months. So I'm like missing like 30, 40 cards, and I had 80% of the cards at the time. So it's like I don't know what to do. But it's more casual. Yeah, no, I guess it is kind of pick up and put down when you're in like the lower levels.
Lower level idiot. So, what do they call a first-rate duelist or a third-rate duelist with a first-rate? I don't know. Whatever.
Third-rate duels with a fourth-rate deck.
That's what it was. Dude.
Joey console.
Yeah. So. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Screw the rules. I have money.
No, I don't. Let's start with the quick thing. As we know, $80 games are dumb. And Randy Pitchford was approached on the twatter, as some people call it, Aaron.
Not the twatter.
And
it's Chris's favorite person, Randy.
Yeah. So he can't. Somebody asked like, "Hey, this game better not cost $80, Randy," and he was like, "Real fans will find a way to pay for it," which is something you should always say. You know, that really gets people. Just get a second job, idiot, if you want to play Borderlands 4. Well, it turns out.
I don't even want to play Borderlands 2 or 3.
Well, you're wrong. It turns out, Gearbox announced Monday that Borderlands 4 will cost $70 instead of $80, which is slightly better. I still don't love it.
You know what? I think that's why they did the $80 game. Because now when all their other games are $70, they'd be like, see, it's not 80. And people will be like, yay, it's not 80. And then they're like, but those idiots, we still raised the price.
Yeah, well, you can also go get $130 Super Deluxe Edition, Aaron, which includes your bonus items and DLC, or $150 Collector's Edition, which doesn't include the game.
That's my favorite.
That's so fucking stupid. Like, how are you gonna buy? First of all, listen, I'm digital. I get it. How the fuck are you gonna buy it? Like, what's in a collector edition for a digital game that's like worth it?
It's gotta have like so if it's that much, there has to be some sort of figure in it. And usually crazy little side things. Like if I'm spending more than 100 on a collector's edition, I expect some type of like figure or something along those lines.
Yeah, well, you're not getting the game, that's for sure. No,
I mean, I don't want Borderlands anyways. I think Borderlands smells bad.
Pitchford wrote, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991. When I was just working at a high school working minimum wage in an ice cream parlor. And I hate this fucking argument because the cost of living back in 1991 was like, oh, your mortgage payments is about 30 cents. Fuck you. It's not the same comparison. And a cartridge.
Also, he said he was in high school, right? So he didn't have bills.
Yeah. Eat shit, Randy Pitchford. You probably used that whole paycheck on that game and nothing else. So, shut up. How's that?
Signed copy of the Borderlands movie script. Hell yeah,
cool,
brother.
Man. So, yeah, Borderlands 4 will be $70, and Randy Pitchford is a little bitch. So, there's that.
Big Papa Pitch.
Big Papa Pit. That's what we called them. We got some interesting Game Pass editions I wanted to share with you. Rematch, which I keep hearing about, is like a soccer roguelike.
I'd say it looks like a soccer game, but
it's a soccer game. Hold up, I gotta look this up. Rematch. There was like something interesting about it that I can't remember. It's a 5-on-5 soccer game.
One player.
Okay, maybe it's just a real. Oh, it's just like this was made by. It was made by a team that you were like, why are they making this? Fuck. I remember there's something about this game that people were like, whoa. Fuck. Oh, who made this game? Slow Clap.
It looks like Rocket League, honestly.
They made Seafood. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So people were like, that's a weird next game to make. Yeah, I don't know if you want a cool.
It's kind of. I'd say it's kind of an interesting idea. I mean, 5-on-5. Is it all online though?
Yeah.
Then I'm out. That's what my next question was like. This is a cool concept, but it just doesn't feel like it's.
Well,
it's not
coming to Game Pass, so you have a lot to. You'll have a lot of people jumping in there. But then we got Warcraft Remastered, Warcraft 2 Remastered, Warcraft 3 Reforged. If you're into Warcraft,
hell yeah,
that's cool.
That's sick.
Call of Duty World War II, which they're slowly putting them all on there.
That's a game.
Against the Storm, I know nothing about. Little Nightmares 2, cool. Volcano Princess, which looks like an Aaron game if I've ever seen one.
I've heard of it. I think it was a game that Anitra was into at one point, or like wanted to play or something. Yeah. I don't remember though.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, sick game. Star Trucker, I know nothing about, and Wild Frost, which I know nothing about, but I kind of want to look into it.
Hell yeah, it's a lot of games coming.
Yeah, they're doing it. However, I stand by it. Game Pass goes up $1 more, I'm out. It's a deck builder roguelike. Okay, cool.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Aaron's in. So, blessed be that Game Pass. But I'm not paying if it goes up. Watch me.
Joseph is in also.
Oh, Joseph, I'm glad to see that you're in. Aaron, your favorite developer of all time, Hideo Kojima, made significant changes.
My favorite.
He made so many changes to Death Stranding 2 because playtesters said it was too good. This man loves sniffing his own farts.
Tell me this is a meme. Tell me this is a fake article.
No. So basically, Johan Woodkid Lemoyne, who worked closely with Kojima on the upcoming game's soundtrack, was talking to Rolling Stone and about it with Kojima, and he reflected with Kojima opening up the problem of having players liking Death Stranding too much. That means something's wrong. We have to change something because it's too mainstream. He's like, I want people to feel something. If everyone likes it, it's pre-digested for people to like it. Like, it's too mainstream. Kojima's a fucking hipster, and I want to... God, I want people to end up liking things that they didn't like when they first encountered it, because that's where you really end up loving something, Aaron. This man is so pretentious. I love Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and I haven't played any others. This man loves himself so much.
If I have nothing nice to say, I'm not going to say anything at all.
That's a terrible way to go about it. We have content to make.
Oh, brother. Someone told me, and I've lived by this since, Kojima is the Vince Russo of video game making.
He really is, dude.
He has some really, really good ideas and a lot of really, really bad ideas. And when people can tell him when his ideas are bad and they make him stick to the good ideas, the man puts out gold because he is really cool, like really good, smart guy with really good ideas. But like, if they just let him do what he wants, those bad ideas, we're going to have Solid Snake on a pole match.
You know, not that I'm like the biggest Star Wars nut, but it's almost like George Lucas syndrome, where when he had to like reel it in, he made like gold, but then when he did the prequels, it's like everything's a green screen, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kojima loves sniffing his own farts. Kojima did ever produce it, kept him in check until Metal Gear Solid 4. And that's why there's a 70-minute cutscene in Metal Gear Solid 4. Fuck. Yeah, me too.
Brother, I just can't, dude.
Yeah.
That's actually... Yeah, dude, my game, people like it too much, so let's change it.
Yeah. A bunch of
I
thieves,
did hear about this.
Yeah, a bunch of thieves stole almost 3,000 Switch 2 consoles worth $1.4 million from a truck headed to a Texas GameStop, which is wild. Didn't this happen to something else recently too? PlayStation 5s probably.
This world's crazy.
Yeah, so 2,800.
I also want to know
what's up.
How'd they know? Like, people must have been there had to be an inside person to let them know this was the truck that was going to have it.
Yeah,
but
so the driver told deputies he didn't know it was in the trailer, only that he was transporting games or toys. So that's interesting. There's definitely somebody on the inside because you don't just guess that had the Switch 2s on it. So that's crazy, dude. I find that funny because they're definitely going to try to sell it. And the Switch 2 has apparently a lot of copyright protection in it. Like, do you know what a MIG switch is?
Yes. What is? Sorry, you cut out.
A MIG switch.
I've seen people talking about how it bricks the system.
Well, it doesn't have the new one, but essentially what it was like something that went in the card slot, and every time you like push down, it would be like another game you own. So you could like cycle through the ROMs of games that you definitely legally own. And Nintendo obviously was like, enough of that shit. And they shut that down. Which then people on fucking Reddit were arguing with me, like, well, it's not illegal to back up the games you own, so Nintendo can't do that. I hate to break it to you, yes they fucking can, and yes they will. Like,
I was like, have you read those terms of service and everything you agree to when you first turn the system on? They can literally do whatever they want.
I'm sure there's a law somewhere out there that says you can legally back up your games and play them and preserve them and do whatever. Nintendo doesn't give a fuck. Like,
yeah, pretty much. As long as they write in the terms of service that they can do this, they can do this.
Yeah. So, good. I'm not shocked that that's happening anyway.
No, that's crazy that they got off with all that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not shocked. Hold on. My mom is asking a very important question. Anyway. So
no, not an important question.
I love my mom. Anyway, let's see. We have
Kev loves his mom. What a nerd.
Speaking of that Xbox handheld, apparently the Microsoft in-house Xbox handheld, the first-party one, is pretty much canceled, which makes me sad. Because again, I don't want a ROG Ally. They're too goddamn expensive.
I think it'll be fine because I think if Xbox starts getting involved with this more, you'll see the prices. Not on this one, but the future ones, because if it does decent, they'll probably do it again. And I could see it helping bring the price down, making it more affordable.
Yeah, I kind of hope that they're subsidizing something to make the ROG Xbox Ally going to be cheaper. Because what's a ROG Ally go for now? Like, I know we were making jokes about it before. But
I'm not sure how much that one is. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, if you could. There's two models of the Xbox One going to come out. You got a white one and a black one. The white one's like your Series S version.
It's an Ally X, right?
Well, the Ally X is going to be like the black one. That's going to be more powerful. Which, by the way,
Ally is $650 on Best Buy, and the Ally X is $900 on.
No.
This is just Best Buy. It's the first thing that popped up.
No, that sounds right. But like, that's too fucking expensive. I'm not paying $900 for a goddamn handheld.
Yeah. I do think Xbox is definitely, I mean, I don't know anything. I'm just an idiot. But I do think they're definitely going to be putting some money into it to try to, like, I mean, just the branding alone to put on it to try to drop the price. I mean, Xbox has been pretty good with a lot of its marketing stuff. So I could definitely see them. And, like, they know, obviously with the Series S, they know the idea of how well a console that's affordable sells. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming they're going to be trying to make this cheaper than the regular ROG Ally. And is the ROG Ally or the Legion Go the one that Steam
that's
is
Legion
putting
Go.
Their Legion? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they were also going to be trying to put their stuff on the ROG.
Yeah, I'm not
like
sure.
A built-in Steam OS, because I know they were talking about doing it with one of them.
Yeah.
Because if we could get like Steam OS with Windows 11 on a ROG Ally with like natural Game Pass, I'd be willing to spend $700-ish on that, because then that has everything.
Well, then
for me personally, because I mean, I'm already spending like $500-600 for the OLED Steam Deck. If you put in built-in like actual Windows, so it's easier to use than freaking Linux, mixed with Game Pass, like innate on the system, that's worth $100 to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So the other thing that worries me is that, I love my Steam Deck verification setup because that way I know what games work and what don't. And the thing about the ROG Ally is that it's going to do it has like an Xbox interface, which with all your this is an Xbox branding, right? Problem is, it's going to use Game Pass, but PC Game Pass.
True, because it's a PC.
Right, but that means not everything in Game Pass is going to be on it.
Most likely.
So, like, for example, all the Gears of Wars except like 5 and 1, not on it. 360 games, nope, not going to be on the PC Game Pass, basically. And only that, like, what if it just isn't powerful enough to run a game? Like, PC Game Pass has less games than console. So, like, there's that problem. And again, if I don't want to, like, guess what games work, that's going to be my biggest issue.
We got to see, again, we don't really have a price. We don't really have much details. I could see them having a system of, like, verification. Chris, you can't say Steam Deck already can't run new games. It's been out for a few years now.
It runs Clear Obscure just fine.
Yeah, I mean, it runs a lot of the new games. Now, there is some that it has issues with, but
yeah,
you got to also realize the Steam Deck has been out for a little bit. Like we're probably less than 2 years away from the sequel to the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
most likely. But like, I don't know. I feel like there'll be some type of verification system. I could see them if Xbox is really going full digital and trying to push Game Pass like it seems. I mean, they're getting rid of all their physical games from Walmarts and stuff. Like they're going full digital. There's like most of the Walmarts are getting rid of all of their physical games of Xbox. If they're really going that, I could see them doing what PlayStation won't and really like trying to get their older games to work on PC and work on everything so they can go full Game Pass and put out a Game Pass machine and the ROG Ally and have it all on one. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen in the next year. This might be the ROG Ally X 4 or whatever. Like, I think that's their end goal. That's what it looks like to me. But again, who knows? Xbox has kind of, Microsoft has really kind of changed 3 different directions over the last 2 years of what they were going to do and not going to do. It really seems like they don't have a clear goal, but it feels like if they do, it's going that direction.
I guess we'll wait and see, but I honestly, my interest in this thing is solely tied to its price. And I think the max I'd pay $600. And the only reason I do that versus like a Switch, like I know I was complaining about the Switch is $450. It's that if Game Pass works and everything works, that's worth it to me. But then they're gonna have 2 models, so it's undoubtedly gonna be like $650, and I'm guessing like $850.
Probably.
So I'm very happy with my Steam
definitely
Deck.
a lot.
I don't need it right now.
I was gonna say like if I could, I would buy a second Steam Deck right now. I'm happy with the Switch 2. Having a single Steam Deck that Anitra uses mostly and a Switch 2, and then we'll just switch back and forth when we want to play different games. We're happy right now. I don't need anything new for a while. I'm very happy with the Switch 2 purchase, even if it's like there's not a lot of games right now. I know the games that are going to eventually come, the Pokemon games, the Fire Emblem games. Hell, I want to play Donkey Kong. Like that actually looks kind of cool, and I'm not even the biggest Donkey Kong fan. So,
right.
We'll see. Again, it's kind of a wait and see. I'm not like, I don't know. There's just something about Steam Deck for me that just like, I know like Chase really is talking about his stuff.
It's verification.
I mean, that's a big part of it.
I just want to know a game works, no questions asked. Because undoubtedly there's going to be a game that like, I can't even think of the most graphically demanding game on Game Pass ever.
No.
But whatever. Anyway. Was there anything good in the Donkey Kong Direct? Because I'm gonna be real with you. Cora's crying like crazy, and Tina's like,
I haven't watched it yet, but I put it on here because I've been seeing people say that like it's a big W, and the Donkey Kong Direct was awesome, and it's going to look awesome, and people are really excited about it.
Well, then I'll make this quick. Marathon's delayed indefinitely. There you go. All right, that's all I got.
Got him.
Anyway, all right, Donkey Kong Direct.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even super know. I just know that people are saying that it's really, really good. But if you have to go, we can,
Yeah.
We don't need to cover everything.
Yeah, I do want to relieve Tina. I'm sorry, guys. I do feel bad because I hear her crying and Tina is starving. So we will gauntlet next week. We will get a list in next week. You can follow me at all the places. Like here, it's Console Kev. It's either Console Kev or Console Kev.
For the audio, it's
everywhere.
Console Kev and Console Kev Twitch, ConsoleKev. And then follow me at Aaron Norman, ArenNorman. I'm pretty much every social media. Follow Frnemy Fire. I don't know. I think we still have a Twitter, and that's about it. But neither of us use it much because we both hate Twitter. Yeah. Honestly, we should probably figure out, like, maybe make a Facebook page that auto posts to Twitter. We can make clips and posts on there. I don't know. We'll talk. I have ideas. I've just been... A lot of things will probably get easier once I'm back from Japan. Like, my life is literally revolved around this trip right now because of how big of a trip it is. Yeah. Thank you to the patrons.
Yes.
Fafa Fui, JD from the Red Leaf Retrocast, Clepissimo. Appreciate y'all. Kevin and I are probably going to do some evergreens soon. I'd like to get some before I go to Japan, definitely. But I want to do a couple. We've already talked about maybe doing solo ones or ones with other people. Like Chris and I have talked about doing a couple. We just have to sit down and actually do it. I think Kev's the same way.
Yep.
Just with time and life. And yeah, we appreciate y'all. Download, comment, like, subscribe, all the posts, rate, all that stuff. And thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate you all. Much love, FF. Peace, nerds.
Again, sorry I gotta rush out, guys. I gotta leave. Cora says hi. Love you, bye.